Yo, peace. Ali back in the building. Just come on here and do a quick live. Shout out to everybody that's watching the playback. Wait to get some people in here, get a confirmation that I can be heard and seen well. Peace to everyone on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, this Mars Day energy. Got a bunch of work to do and wanted to take a break. So I was like, let me go in here and see how I can serve the community up here on YouTube. So I don't have any important messages or anything for y'all. Just want to come through and holler at y'all. Like I said, it's got a bunch of work to do. Y'all will let y'all know very soon. My accelerator members definitely will know. Got some upgrades I'm doing to the program. So as always, first and foremost, the accelerator always get the updates. But like I said, just mad work to do. You probably see it on my face. Just wanted to take a break and chop it up with y'all. So I'm just want to be of service, y'all. So anything that's on your heart, anything that's on your mind, if you want me to speak about it, please type it in the chat box. Make sure to put question mark before your question. Unfortunately, I don't like to answer personal questions in a public forum. So make sure that your question is something that everyone can benefit from, or more than just you. As always, if you want to share what you call a super chat, I'll be more appreciative of that as well, and definitely want to answer the question. So let me get some question mark to some question. What up, Kay? What up, Saran? Peace to y'all. What up, Isaiah? Miss Jackson, Jill, Boss Beauty, C Diggs. What's up, C Diggs? Intuitive Beauty, Sugar, Nicole Curtis, Magma Lava, Cosmic Journey, She Bops. What up, y'all? All right, remember to put question mark before your question. It's not too many people in here right now, but if it gets a lot of people, it's kind of hard to find out. You feel what I'm saying? Also, Kay, if you don't mind, if I forget something or don't see something, just put the question as with you being an admin, I can see it a lot clearer. Let me see. So, question: self mastery is a lifetime achievement. Do you believe in practicing your chakras in third eye? I believe you should practice whatever you're guided to. Um, you notice there's mad spiritual practices, mad metaphysical practices, mad occult practices. In my humble opinion, your job is to just find out what works for you. You hear me speak all the time about everyone has a recipe. Everyone has a specific formula that unlocks things for them. So if you're being guided to study the third eye and practice opening the third eye, then I mean, you don't need to ask me or anyone else. That's what your spirit is guiding you to. Now, if you're just seeing a lot of people talking about it and it's interesting to you, then that may be something that you don't want to touch. But if you have a natural attraction and you feel like the universe is guiding you to do that, then by all means I would participate. I would do that very quickly. If you place water anywhere, it will evaporate. So just put water in a glass and sit anywhere. Eventually, it will evaporate. Some people like to say the ancestors are drinking and stuff like that. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But for the most part, if you sit a glass of water anywhere, the water will evaporate. What I like to do is view your occult work or your spiritual work as a scientist. And what I mean by that is setting up experiments. The test I gave years back was put an apple on your altar and then put an apple somewhere else and see if the apple on your altar lasts longer or vice versa. So the same thing with that. Put a glass of water on your altar and put a glass of water somewhere else and see if the water evaporates eventually or if it stays longer. Like just start using experiments or whatever. My cash app is S. Holly Myers. So that's what I'm saying. When it gets to be more many, I mean people in here, but it's a lot of questions. Melanin and Kundalini, I wouldn't say are one and the same. Um, your melanin depend on who you study from, who you listen to, or whatever. It's the part obviously that gives you pigmentation of your skin, but it's also as above, so below. Is likened to dark matter or dark energy. Obviously, the more melanin you have, from my standpoint, the more I would say the more spiritual potential you have. And the reason I say that is when you look at the sun is a greater depositor of energy that we have on our planet. And when you look at melanin, melanin protects you from the sun. If you don't have that much melanin, the sun can harm you. I mean, that's biological. But when you have melanin, the sun charges your melanin. And when you look at the pineal gland secretes two main hormones, melatonin and serotonin. The word melatonin literally is melanin and serotonin combined. That's how you get the word melatonin. So you know that melanin has a direct connection with your pineal gland. You know the pineal gland has a direct connection with your psychic abilities, your intuition, your sleep pattern, your connection to your limbic system as far as your emotions. So many things operate from the pineal gland. So when you put those things together, the more melanin you have, in my opinion, the more, I'm not going to say the higher you can achieve spirituality. I would say it's probably easier to tap into certain spiritual aspects. I'll put it like that. And just because you're lacking melanin or you're melatonin deficient or you're light skin or something like that, it doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to reach a high level of spirituality. Jewel Pookrum, shout out to her. She said on I forget, it was on one album. Um Winter Blues by MF Doom, peace and blessing be upon the God. He used as excerpt from her Jewel Pookrum, and she said, "It doesn't matter how much melanin you have if you don't have a conscious relationship with your melanin. It doesn't matter. You can be dark as all get out from the sedan. If you don't have a conscious relationship with your melanin, it's not working for you." She said, "You can be as light as the lightest of all things, but you're working with your melanin, then it's going to have benefits for you." So at the end of the day, it's all about using your God-given potential, as corny as that sounds. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep strolling up. Um, Check out my video, "How to Stay Motivated on the Spiritual Path," Nicole. I just released that not too long ago. You can look to your ancestors for any protection. I practice what's called um, 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 altar magic, meaning that I program my altar for specific outcomes. Like I've been sharing with y'all, that I don't go to the altar and be like, let me get this, let me get that, let me get this, and let me get that. What I do is I give thanks for the things I want to manifest in my life. So give thanks. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for guiding me on my path. Thank you for XYZ. Just a form of giving thanks at my altar every time I give an offering. I give offerings daily. So imagine that, this is the analogy I like to use. Imagine you put $1 in a bank every day. Every day you put $1 in your bank account. At the end of the week, you only have $7. Ain't that much money. You know what I'm saying? You ladies ain't gonna get no designer purses with $7. You feel me? But at the end of the year, if you're continuously putting $1 into your bank account, at the end of the year, you'll have $365. Is that a bunch of money? It's all relative. But you can do more with $360 than you can with $7. But the point of that is, the more you give in offerings, the more you're saying giving thanks for those things that you want to have or you're showing appreciation for, the more you'll get in return. The more you give, the more you receive. If you're giving offerings to the deities and ancestors, they're going to give you something back. Um, I have been doing altar work for many years now. A lot of you have started your altar based on the information I've shared. You know what I mean? If I went around and asked all 50 of y'all, how many have started your altar based on my information? I'm sure a good majority of you would say I have. And I share that to say, because once you get to a point where when your altar is activated, it's activated that long way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can feel the energy. You know your joints popping up. You feel me? Then when you go to the altar and say it's called petitioning the gods and the ancestors. And this is also in my book, Altar Magic Manual, which is still on the way. But whenever you go to the ancestors and or deities and you request something after giving so much, imagine what you're going to receive. Imagine if you're giving, imagine every day I do a live, you coming on here, you're giving me $5. Then at the end of the year, you email me or you come to me and be like, Ali, something, something, something. More than likely, a person's going to help you because you've given them so much. You feel me? A lot of you are requesting things from your altar and you're wanting stuff from your altar, but you ain't given any offerings. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with friends. You have friends and family that you call upon when you need something, but you never give them anything. The spiritual path is a reciprocal thing, especially dealing with the altar. The more you give, the more you receive. How are you going to ask for, or how are you going to request and petition for a mansion, but you give them bologna sandwiches for offerings? You feel what I'm saying? You'd be surprised some of the high-end gifts I place on my altar. I have probably about a couple medallions that are all worth over $300. So it's like $600 in medallions, jewelry, um, certain books, just certain items of value that I'm gifted just from my personal being. Energy that when you give that, you're going to get something in return. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully that makes sense. You can use the altar to generate in anything that you want in life. Don't allow your imagination to run rampant. You can use the altar for anything. Plus, there's many ways of doing the altar. All right, Kay, what we got going on? How often can you raise your macabre? As much as you feel needed. That's like saying, how often should you sleep? Why are you attracting demonic energies? Why are you attracting lower energies? And the only reason I'm saying lower and demonic because you want to get rid of them. So I'm assuming that this isn't an energy that vibes with you. So instead of saying, how do I get rid of it? See why you're attracting that in the first place. I'm going to use a practical example because I feel it's best to use practical real life examples when dealing with metaphysical concepts. Look at a person that is a female and yeah, every man that she mess with, she gets abused. Like you know this chick. Every dude she mess with, she gets abused. You know her 10 years, she'd had 5 relationships, they're all abusive. Why does she keep attracting a man that abuses her? It's not the man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning abuse. I'm saying it's not the man's fault. Because if you weren't there to get smacked, if your face literally wasn't there, he'd just be smacking air. So if you weren't there, he could hit you. You feel what I'm saying? That's the same thing when you're attracting lower entities and lower energies, demons or whatever you want to call them or whatever. Why are you attracting such energies to you? There is something within you, something within your vibration, within your thoughts, within your heart, within your system that is attracting that. You have some chaos, you're lying too much, you're using a certain language that doesn't vibe with you, you're doing certain drugs. It's something dealing with your lifestyle why you're attracting those things to you. That's the simplest way I can answer that question in a public format. Once again, it's kind of personal, but I know other people can get something from that. Okay, we have a super chat. I'm definitely gonna go to her. Appreciate the super chat, obviously. In Canada, I'm moving out, and my sister is moving in. Can I leave my ancestor altar? Thank you for the great work. I learned. Okay. Yes, if your sister and you share the same blood, then absolutely you leave your altar for her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a simple yes. But here's the thing, if you go and ask somebody else, they might tell you something otherwise. But I'm telling you, if you have the same bloodline, you literally are sisters, blood sisters, everyone on your altar is also her blood, then like, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely you can leave your altar for them. All right, what we got, Kate? God, dog. Let me see if I can just answer some of these real quick, because even if it's kind of personal, man. Like I said, my whole intent is just to come on here and be of service, man. Um, you're welcome. Everybody that's saying thank you, you're welcome. I've never had a past life regression, but I have spoken with Dr. Gibbs, who told me about my last past life. Uh, okay, I told you about what you do if you don't feel like doing your spiritual work. What is the mental goal in candle gazing, silence, or mantras or affirmations? Either. You can do either. Whatever. Yo, I've been saying this, and I've been saying it since I've been on YouTube. Everything that everyone's talking about, there's many ways of doing it. I'm working on a new book, and that's the first page is what I'm talking about. There's many different paths, but you have the opportunity to choose any path that works for you. Like I know y'all want me to tell you do this, and do this, A, B, C, but I can tell you I can tell you, for instance, meditate, do your altar work, and do yoga. 67 people on here. I can tell all y'all. That's what I want you to do. Do meditation, do yoga, and altar work. 5 people is going to do it and say it works for them. 10 people going to do it and say this is stupid. 20 people is going to do it and say this is the best thing ever. My point is, everyone is going to have their different experience. So there's no one answer that applies to all of humanity. The only answer that applies to all of humanity is to grow spiritually. To grow spiritually. But that's like saying grow your bank account. How can you grow your bank account? Mad ways to grow your bank account. How can you lose weight? Mad ways to lose weight. How can you get smarter? Mad ways to get smarter. How can you grow spiritually? Mad ways to grow spiritually. So don't get fixated on this ABC 1, 2, 3. You feel what I'm saying? Accelerator programs for whoever it meets you where you are. So if you're advanced or if you're a beginner, quote unquote, it'll work for you. I have people on there like Kate Nichelle. She's my admin on here, moderator on here. She's in the program. Truth be told, she could be teaching classes. You feel what I'm saying? For everybody in the accelerator program, y'all know when Kay's on there, she's going to drop jewels. She's going to give you guidance. She's very intuitive. You know what I'm saying? So truth be told, she can lead a program, but yet she's in it. Then I have people who literally just came out of church. You feel what I'm saying? Just came out of church less than a year, and they're in the accelerator program. So hopefully that answers your question. It's for everyone. And not to give a sense of urgency, but very soon I will be raising the price, man. Right now it's $33 a month. You can literally go in there. I have years of content on there, years of exclusive content. So I'm doing the people who come in, and I'm doing myself a disservice by not making it where it's a little bit more. You have to put skin in the game. And my goal with the program is to have it where everyone's active. When we have a webcast, everyone's on there. So, hopefully get to the point where you feel invested. You're not going to go through the motions. That's the big thing. YouTube, I love YouTube, but most of the videos, people just go through the motion. You watch one video, you go to the next video, and you watch that one. Very rarely do you study one video, apply the information, use your own experience, journal, see what you learn, tweak things from one video. Most humans are consumers. You just like to consume content. That's good information, brother. That's good knowledge. Knowledge is power. All these different phrases that we use. But my point is, you just study and just keep just information gathering. My goal, especially with my accelerator members, because like I can't really enforce that, so to speak, on YouTube. But my goal with the accelerator, when you join the program, like I want to make sure that you're practicing your spirituality and getting to a point where you feel like you're your own master. That is my goal. I got another super chat. Let me answer this and appreciate you. Uh, okay, do you believe in the twin flame connection? If so, do you believe this is your designated person for this lifetime, as in you find each other every lifetime? Excellent question. Twin flames, imagine that you have one soul like this, and imagine that soul split into two. That is conceptually what a twin flame is. Y'all share the same soul to the point, not you are the same soul, but you're so connected on the soul level that you're going to attract each other in subsequent lifetimes. So, do I believe that you will be with that person each lifetime? More than likely, yes. And you will find them in that lifetime. So I would say affirmative on that question. Also, twin flames are different than soulmates. Everyone has a soul, and a mate is a friend. So a soulmate can literally be a cousin, your neighbor, a friend, a coworker. You can have many soulmates, but I do believe you only have one twin flame. Okay, what else did I miss, Kay? Do angel invocations. If you're looking for a specific angel to work with, just put in angel invocation. IN. Here, I'll type it in there for you. Angel invocation. What up, Chrissy? Good to see you. Okay. What else? What else I missed, Kay? I know one of the ways you know that you have a lot of answers that seem like you can't get above. Can't get above water. Seem like you're living paycheck to paycheck. The bills keep accumulating, et cetera, et cetera. Usually, when you have an abundance or more than what you need, then the ancestral debt has been sufficed. That's an excellent question. That's one of the indicators. um with all these things, you want to do what you're moved to. So during Halloween, Day of the Dead, because you don't live in a culture where they're participating in certain festivals, then you want to go to whatever a celebration or festival that you're attracted to, and you want to do whatever you're guided to do. On the bare minimum, give a great offering, spend some time at your altar. That'd be the bare minimum what I would do on that particular day. Okay, question. I feel I'm guided to move across country to AZ. What else should I do besides alter work, fast, and social media break for further confirmation? I do not get that question whatsoever, and that's very personal. Don't get that question. Peace City. Uh, okay, I'm moving towards being the embodiment, love, and gratitude, but I can't stand humans, humanity, and society. It's in direct conflict. How do I work on this? Okay, why are you moving towards being the embodiment of love and gratitude? That'd be the first question I ask. Once again, this is kind of personal, but the first question I ask is, why are you doing XYZ? That I mean, that'd be the first place I would start. Why are you even doing that? That's like saying I don't like law enforcement, but I want to be a cop. You feel what I'm saying? Or I don't feel like the government should be in everything, but I want to run for mayor. Any crystals is best on the altar. I personally don't have any crystals on my altar, except when I'm charging crystals. So any crystal that, once again, like what crystals are best on the altar? Like that's like saying what's the best brand of water. You feel me? Or what's the best fruit? There's many different crystals. You have to find what resonates with you. But me personally, I don't have any crystals on the altar. I believe if you don't have crystals on the altar, just have a crystal altar. Crystal healing and Reiki, every form of healing is beneficial if you know how to use it. I don't see anything wrong with using your blood and magic or offering it to the gods, if that's what you're called to do. Good question. Is vibrating high at your potential the same as reaching enlightenment? And once you have reached enlightenment, do you become a god in the next life? This could be a semantical thing. I would say if you're vibrating high, that doesn't necessarily denote that you're enlightened. When you're enlightened, you have a you to be enlightened means that you don't see any separation between you and the creator. You make decisions that are way above most humans. You live a life in harmony. Enlightenment just means knowing, an inner knowing. The light is turned on. So you have an awareness that goes beyond humanity. So do you become a god in the next lifetime? What I believe and what I've been taught and what I've researched is that you go to higher worlds. Like this I know for sure. When you transition, there's many different worlds. There's low vibratory worlds that many people can call hell or hell light. And there's higher vibratory worlds that can be, for lack of better words, called heavenly. No, I'm not saying heaven and hell per se exist. I'm just using descriptions to paint a picture. When you evolve to a certain aspect, when you grow as a human, when you evolve your soul, you're going to resonate and vibrate to a particular afterlife that is conducive for your vibration at that time. Simply put, the higher you evolve, the higher worlds that you go to. The lower, if you don't evolve, then the lower worlds you go to. Like attracts light, you're going to correspond to whatever your vibration is. What up, everybody? Appreciate everybody for coming through. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Appreciate the cash apps too as well, y'all. But like I said, just coming on here, hollering at y'all. Oh, appreciate it. That's a nice cash app, Christine. Appreciate that. That was very generous. Very, very generous. Actually, I just got another cash app card. Somebody got me, yo. I got. I got. Somebody was trying to do that crazy. And I tell people all the time, once you become an entrepreneur, you'd be surprised how many people try to get your information and use it. We've had to cancel so many cards and all kinds of crap, yo. I remember this one time, it was this one, what was it? It was like someone foreign, and they had it set up where they were taking like, it was like G's at a time, and it was like a Western Union or something like that. You feel me? It was crazy, yo. They were literally Western Union from our account, and it was going somewhere. And when I contacted a bank, they was like, "Yo, I ain't never seen this before." You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of what do you call it? Everything has its pros and cons if you view it that way. Cash App is S. Ali Myers, my name. Um, how do I contact? Did you have a question, Christine? Once again, definitely appreciate that. But do you have a question? Because with that generous donation, I would definitely like to answer anything that you have. But like I said, if you're just coming in, I'm in the middle of doing some work. I have some upgrades I'm doing. A lot of things have been revealed to me. I have more work than I have arms and stuff like that. If you're on my email list, you probably got something. I'm even looking for a couple assistants. It's that serious. So it's really time to turn things up. 2022, it was revealed to me that there's going to be a lot revealed on this planet, yo. 2022, there's going to be a lot revealed on this planet, yo. That's about as simple as I can say. If you look at 2012, what is 2022 by 2012? That's 10 years later. You feel what I'm saying? So just prepare for liftoff is what I'm telling y'all. So it's really time to put the gas to the what they say, the pedal to the metal. We really gotta get this thing popping, y'all. For those who are really wanting to grow spiritually, now's the time. We don't want to poo-poo, lollygag, and all that stuff, man. The information I'm going to start sharing is specifically for people who want to be their own master. I'm not entertaining too much more. The information I'm going to share from here on is for people who truly want to be their own master. If you don't want to be your own master, if you just want to, like and scroll and say great information, stuff like that, I would suggest you unsubscribe. I really would. I want to deal with people who are really about that work. You feel what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's the only way this planet is going to vibrate. With this whole thing that they're doing, and I say they loosely, in the response that people have, it lets me know that we're still spiritually immature on this planet. There are people, in my opinion, making low-level decisions that are not what their higher self will want them to do. So by people doing that and participating in that, I know that the vibration on this planet is still kind of low. We have to rise this up some more. When there's cats like my brother Kyrie Irving, a person stand on his dodecahedron, he got his own thoughts, his own mind, and he's only one of very few. That's not a good percentage, Joe. It's not a good percentage. So y'all can read between the lines in that and see what I'm talking about. I don't get the question on seeing grids. I believe that we come from angels or demons. I believe that our souls are birthed from gods, angels, or demons. So I'm not going to say you are born with one per se. I would say you are one. There's the higher you go, there's higher aspects of yourself that are angelic. There's higher aspects of yourself that are godlike. There's higher aspects of yourself that are demons. There's higher aspects of yourself that are elementals. Everything that you read about, angel, gods, demons, all these things, they're a part of you. There is no separation. If we came from one and that one became many, that means we're connected to the one in everything that is. I'm connected to K right now. I'm connected to C Diggs, April, Mind Hats. We're all connected. The illusion is separation. That's what the Matrix does, is give these false illusions that make you feel like you're separate. I live in Ohio. You live in Texas. I'm Democrat. You're Republican. All these different illusions. At the end of the day, we're all just one. That's what the law of oneness is talking about. That's why they're talking about return to the one or the source. It's not called sources. It's return to the source. At the end of the day, we're one. Separation is an illusion. But if you're not spiritually mature enough, all this sounds like fluff to you. It's like, oh, that's crazy. When you hurt a person, you hurt yourself. When you lie to a person, you lie to yourself. When you love a person, you love yourself. Why do you think you receive when you give? No, you don't get it unless you raise your vibration and raise your spiritual IQ. Otherwise, it just sounds like people are just talking. I'm interested in being an assistant. I've applied. I'm in need of a mentor. Do I already need to be a member of your program? No, you don't need to be a member of the program. To be honest, I just put out the email, seeing if about the assistance or whatever. If you don't know about it, it means you're not part of my email. But you don't have to do anything except the qualifications and the skills I put on that email. But like I said, I've already had a good amount of people reply, and I'll only need a few different things. So if you're not versed in those things, then I'm not sure. But I don't even know what y'all got your screen names, your physical names, the names your boyfriend call you, name your mama call you. Y'all got all these different names. But I promise you, I have no person. It's not premeditated. I'm literally going to choose and work with whoever I feel would mutually benefit each other. But I appreciate your super chat. Did you have any other questions? I feel like that was kind of like an obvious answer. Yes, your dreams are passageway to different planes and universes, if you want to view it that way. Thoughts on psychedelics. People usually, and this isn't a blanket statement, But usually people are drawn to psychedelics because they know there's something deeper than this reality, and they want a kind of a cheat code or shortcut in order to do that. If you look at DMT, dimethyltryptamine, you take a DMT trip, you're gonna experience yourself on a higher level. You're gonna experience the universe on a higher level. But you can also do that naturally. You feel what I'm saying? You can go to the gym and bust your butt, work out, your protein intake is ample, eat right, do all these things to gain muscle, or you can take steroids. You feel what I'm saying? Or you can take amino acids and different protein shakes. So you only have to go the full steroid route. You can just do something kind of like to give you a boost. That's the same thing with psychedelics. You can go full fledged. I'm gonna go into, I guess mushrooms are popular, DMT, or you can do like what I've been suggesting for a while. Smoke some herbs, drink some herbs. You know what I'm saying? That's like the low level. That'd be the equivalent of protein. You feel what I'm saying? Where the steroids would be equivalent to the psychedelics. It's a shortcut for sure. I'm not against it or pro anything, and definitely not with psychedelics. Truth be told, I was in college, I took acid. You feel what I'm saying? But I've never taken DMT or mushrooms or anything like that since I've been conscious on this path. But back in the day in college, I definitely took shrooms and seen some things that were not physically there, and experienced things that I never experienced before. But would I do it again? Probably not. I don't eat meat, but I provide on my altar. Does it create more energy when it's closer on the road side? If you feel like it is, I never looked at it that way, but if you feel like it is, then it may be, or they may want it like that. Uh, I've always wondered about properly dispose of food offerings on the altar. Your thoughts, please. Just throw it away, unless you feel moved to do some sort of ritual or something like that. But I would just throw it away. Decrease the meat intake definitely strengthen your intuition. This isn't gonna feel good. Oh, your diet don't matter on your spirituality. Miss me with all of that, yo. I'm not the one. Your diet affects everything in your life. So why wouldn't it affect your spirituality? It's beyond me how certain people can assume that your diet doesn't affect your spirituality. If you have never gone on a juice fast or fasted, you have never experienced with veganism or vegetarianism. If you haven't tried these things, then you are not qualified to speak about it. I have literally tried multiple diets that I'm talking about. I for sure know that your sentence are heightened when you don't consume as many dairy products and animal flesh. That's a fact. Why do you think most cultures, most spiritual religious cults, why do you think they do a season of fasting? Why? It's to get closer to the most high, get closer to the spirit, to remove that veil. Yes, emphatically, yes, your diet has an effect on your intuition. If you eliminate or decrease animal products, your intuition would definitely rise. I can say that conclusively for everyone on here for the most part. Me personally, though, I do consume seafood. I don't eat too much red meat. I don't eat too much chicken. But if I feel like having chicken, I'm gonna have some chicken. I'm not married to any diet, but for sure, based on me and how I feel, I operate best when I consume seafood and limit red meat and all that stuff. I haven't had pork or swine in like 20 years, probably more than 20 years. I ain't had a in a very, very long time. I would say probably over 20 years. I had a bad trip when I took the acid and the shrooms when I was a kid. I was like 18. I was a freshman in college. You got people asking about being an assistant. If you didn't get my email, or if you're not in this, either the accelerator email or my SLE Myers email, then you didn't even get the call. I only sent it. I didn't want to share it on social media. I would I would prefer that the people I choose, I'm looking for two assistants. I would prefer that they're familiar with my workings and they have a genuine interest in the things I talk about and teach. They have benefited from it, and we can mutually help each other. That would be the perfect marriage, in my opinion. Marriage, as far as not marriage like that, but y'all know what I'm saying. Partnership, working relationship. And it's something I've done before. I had a gentleman and a young lady, European young lady and a melanated gentleman that I worked with before. In fact, that painting right there actually came from one of my old assistants, the one with the eyes. She sent it to me. Shout out to Emily if she's watching. I don't follow any of the teachings of anyone. I follow the teachings of Ali. If that answers your question, I don't follow man. I don't follow man, and my job is to get other men and women not to follow me. That's my mission on earth is to have everyone that follow me not feel like they have to follow me or any man. My mission on earth is to help you achieve your own mastery, your own level of God realization when you feel sufficient and enough and confident on your spiritual path that you don't need a human. That is like who else tells you that? Stop me if I'm wrong. It might be some other people saying like that, but I literally that is my mission is to make sure you don't feel like you need someone like me. My job is done when I don't have a job, if that makes any sense to y'all. And I genuinely mean that. I eventually want to retire and be in a mountain somewhere and not, the truth be told, not really dealing with too many humans. You feel what I'm saying? What up? What up, Vedic astrology, babe? Shout out to you and the king. Uh, but yeah, what else? What else we got? We got anything else, Kay? Macabre light beings. Can you tell us more about light being? I believe one visited me. There's many different beings, Joe. Many different beings. You have one that visit you. Think about way they look. If you got a name, and you can go into meditation and contact that energy. If they contacted you before, then you can contact them again. Okay, well, I'm just looking at K, whoever you putting on there. That's wrong. I need to be looking for other question marks. I know it's mad questions. Okay, if your father's side has gone to the lower realm, would it be okay to reclaim his surname? How do you know he went to the lower realms? Yep, Brother Panic, definitely. That's once again, if you notice, I've been very consistent. I shout out Brother Panic and Dr. Gibson. Those are basically the only two teachers, master teachers I've always shouted out. Why? Because I benefited from both of them. Not personally, but I benefited personally from Dr. Gibson. But not in a personal student teacher, sit at the feet of the masters. You know what I mean? I attended a couple of his seminars. In fact, I was recognized at one seminar. I wasn't even there. I was recognized as far as a leader in the spiritual community. I still have a ring that Dr. Gibson and Mother Kathy Gibson actually gifted me, or whatever, a ring of power. I have it in my altar room or whatever. So I've been recognized by Dr. Gibson as, whatever and whatnot. So in addition to the workshops in the dream state and just Dr. Gibson's a very unique being. I'll just put it like that. He works with many people in different ways. Whatever you are on your path, that's where he's going to meet you. You know what I'm saying? From my experience, he's the only one that has the abilities that I've seen. I personally have seen his ability. That's why I can speak very candidly and openly about, how he is or whatever, for sure. The real deal, for sure. And I'm sure he would tell you to get to the point where I don't want to speak for him. Please don't say I'm speaking for him. But I'm sure he would tell you to get to a point where you feel like you're self-sufficient on your path. I'm sure he would say the same thing. I know Dr. Panic, what I mean? I know bro Panic does or whatever. Real quick tidbit. I was the only guest on Panic's radio show when he was doing it. I was the first guest that wasn't part of this occult lectures community or whatever. I was cool with the dude he was on there with, Elijah or whatever. Elijah Wells, I believe is his name or whatever. I think we had him on our radio show and he had me on the Brother Panic show. So I was able to be a guest on Brother Panic show. He didn't really even know who I was. I wonder if that episode is still up. Somebody can find that, send it to me while I was on the Panic show. What else we got? What else we got, Kay? Real quick too, I seen somebody. We got one room left for the retreat, yo. Somebody just copped a room. So if you want to be down, you need to go quick, fast, in a hurry. We got one room left. Let me make sure. Yep, one room left. So it's going to say 2 on the website, but we only have one or one spot left. The rooms are sold up. One spot left. soulglowretreat.com. And the accelerator, if you want to work with me. Best community I know of spiritually, yo. And I got so many upgrades and updates I'm doing. It's mad affordable for what you get, yo. Mad affordable, man. Mad affordable. So let me see what else, Kay. Let me get through these real quick. How long I've been on here? 46 minutes. I'll probably go another 15, y'all. Y'all giving me some energy back. I'm like I say, I got a lot of things I'm working on, a lot of things that I know for sure has not been done on this planet to help y'all out, man. And I'm looking forward to popping it out. And I know the way it works. I'm not the only one with the stream of consciousness, with the connection that has received this information. When you look at everything that's new on the planet, there's always multiple people who share it. That you know that the spirit, the universe, God, whatever you want to call, commissions multiple people to do the bidding. I'm, humbly one of the servants of the universe to bring forth such knowledge. One of the things I tell y'all, my accelerators, they caught wind of it already, but just a system breaking down how to choose your spiritual practice. Imagine going through something where after you're done with it, you know for sure what you should be doing. You know what I mean? Where you don't have to look up YouTube, you don't have to get a reading from somebody. You literally have something you can go through. And when you're done, know exactly what you need to be doing. That's exactly what I'm working on. Or one of the things I'm working on. Okay, so let me get through some of these, y'all. Appreciate everybody that sent me cash apps. Appreciate everybody that, all the love and stuff like that. But like I said, I just want to come on here and be of service. I have no agenda, or I just literally want to come on here and be of service. Where should I put my energy for best results? Wherever you're guided to. When dragons fly inside a house, what does it mean? I would look that up. With symbols and stuff like that, here's the thing, y'all, and this deals with dream symbol. I'm gonna make it so it's applicable for everybody because that's personal. When a symbol appears to you, a symbol has many different words. If a picture worth it, listen to me. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a symbol is worth 1,000 pictures. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a symbol is worth 1,000 pictures. So a symbol can mean anything. If I draw a cross, you know what I'm saying? Like if I just draw a cross, I seen this, you know what I mean, when I meditated. What does that mean? It can literally mean anything. It can mean 4 directions. It can mean addition. It can mean somebody's name T. It can mean Jesus. It can mean Christianity. It can mean on the walls of Kemet there was a cross. It can mean so many different things. So you have to find out, what does it mean to you? Y'all notice it's always going to come back. What does it mean to you? You have to find out what that symbol means to you. So what I would do is look up dragonfly or look up whatever symbol and see what resonates with you. See what you're going through in your life. One of the things I always recommend is, what are you thinking about? What are you doing when you see the symbol, the synchronicity, the number, whatever have you? What are you thinking about and what are you doing when you see these things? You feel what I'm saying? That's going to help you. That's going to help you. Okay, thank you, Kay. K is the best. I'm looking so yo. Yo, K, can you still hear me? It's saying my connection is unstable. Trying to reconnect. Can you hear me? Yo, K, can you hear me? Like Papa 9 if you can hear me still. My joint said it was disconnected or something. Um, okay, cool. We good, we good, we good. You already know to drop those nines, yo. Drop those nines. Why we got 90 people in here, coincidentally enough. What does that mean, brother? You said 9 and you seen 90. What does that mean? I promise, man, it just ain't gonna feel good to y'all, but um a lot of things that y'all do, man, you're wasting your time and spinning your wheels. A lot of things y'all focus on don't have anything to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? If that don't feel good to you, I apologize, but that's not my intent. My intent is to make sure you're not falling for the distractions. You know what I'm saying? A lot more times, I say this all the time. Everybody knows what they need to do. Everybody knows what they need to do. You may not know the end game, you might not know the end result, but you know your next step. If I were to tell you, how do you grow spiritually? I'm sure you're going to come up with 5 different ways. How do you grow spiritually? You're like, I need to meditate. I need to get my altar work. I've been thinking about doing some magic. I'm about to start eating these herbs. I want to switch my diet. You're going to tell me all these things. And then the next, but I don't know where to start. Or, but I don't, you know what I mean? You will come up with all these different excuses. But to a person, everybody knows what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? So when you focus more on the things you know you need to do, as opposed to, was that a sign? Was that a confirmation? Or what does that have to do? You know what I mean? You get too far off of your path. I'm reading a book, High Performance Habits by Brendan Bouchard. He says something that was a jewel. And it's make sure the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. Meaning that if your main reason for growing spiritually is to grow spiritually, then focus on that and keep that as the priority and do things that's going to help you grow spiritually and evolve your soul. Don't worry about what the next person doing, what they're doing, what that has to do with that, breaking down that's deep knowledge. Oh my God. Oh, you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff don't have anything to do with you walking on your path. They're all distractions. If you were going right now, let me say you live in New York and you about to go to Florida and you're driving to Florida. You're in your whip, your little hoop, or you in or you in something nice, you pushing something nice, you feel me? You're on your way to Florida from New York. If you had all these people while you're driving, hitchhikers, people trying to sell you stuff, every time you stop, you got people flagging you down, you'll be like, man, leave me alone. I'm going to Florida. You feel what I'm saying? You ripping. You en route to Florida. You leaving cold New York and going to warm Florida. You cruising. You're not gonna want to deal with people grabbing your attention, pulling you, honking the horn, trying to get you off your path. But yet on the spiritual path, you're walking, you're confidently on your path, but then you see, oh, what's that over there? Oh, look at that crystal over there. Oh, let me try that class over there. Oh, look, that new teacher, he's dropping profound knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? The same 2 teachers that helped me, like I didn't need anyone. Once I got on my path internally and recognized the master within me, not your master. I don't need anyone to call me master this or that. I'm not your master. I am my master. And I found that by looking within me. Bruce Leroy, The Last Dragon. I've been telling y'all, watch that movie. It's metaphysical. You looked everywhere but one place. All humans always looking externally. Once you look inside and find that one place, you don't need any more teachers. You don't need any more books. Like, yes, I said it. You don't need any books. You don't need any classes. You don't need anything once you find that master within. Master means one. Master means one sole controller. So once you have that master, why do you need anything else? My job is to help you find that master within yourself, yo. For real, man. Y'all letting all these distractions get you off your joint. I'm telling y'all what I know. If it don't resonate with you, oh well. Okay, what else we got, Kay? What does it mean to have a negative dream about the same person you wake up? I don't get that. What does it mean you have a negative dream about the same person and you wake up? Yeah, I don't get that. No experience with those numbers, never even heard of it. A voice came to me and told me someone was dead. How can I? People hear all the time about someone transition. Peace and blessing be upon Dana Dane too. It just came across my desk. Actually, the Thomases texted me yesterday and told me about her transition. So definitely peace and blessing. I'll say for sure, for sure, for sure. But people hear about transition all the time. When you look up like 9/11, look up any kind of disaster, people were warned about it and told about it. When you look at all the planes during 9/11, some planes were less than half of capacity. A lot of people reported, oh, my tire was flat, or I woke up and didn't want to take my flight. Story after story of people um, not getting on those planes. Why? Because it wasn't their time to go. Everyone who lost their life, it's their time to go. It may not feel good to your human intellect, but everyone has an expiration date. From an occult standpoint, it's told in certain sets that you have three exit points. You know what I'm saying? And one of those exit points are going to take you out. You hear all the time about someone had a gun jam. You feel it's or a plane crash, but yet there's a sole survivor. When it's not your time to go, there's no accident that can take you out. But if it is your time to go, then there's nothing you can do to stay on Earth. Look at the movie Final Destination. That's another thing too. I can't wait to start breaking these movies down with my accelerator members. We're gonna start the metaphysical movies. That's one of the webcasts we will do. But there's so much information in these movies. Yo, Final Destination show you how you can't cheat death. Even when you feel like you just still by and you don't have that brush of death, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. There's nothing you can do about it unless you are a very high level magician and you know some high level magic. Then you may be able to circumvent it. But otherwise, it is what it is, yo. It is what it is, yo. Thank you, Kay, for sharing. Spiritual Accelerator. I already had people signing up too while I've been on here. Uh, What's the top benefit of attending a retreat in your opinion? Honestly, really wouldn't want to answer that. I would say if I have any past guests have attended a retreat, you share something that you benefit. Um, I would say if I were going to a retreat, I would just say take my retreat out of the way. I would say it'd be for a community to get around like-minded people. Because one of the things about the path is, it's a lonely path. So I know a lot of people in the accelerator program benefit from that when you're able to come with a group or a community, a family, and not feel ostracized and not feel outcast. I know that's one of the major benefits. The information you're going to receive, depending on who the teacher is. So if I went to a retreat, I made sure the teacher's qualified and has a track record, a proven track record of helping people. Um, then also, I would say a retreat is sort of about relaxation, letting your hair down, kind of kicking it a little bit too, having fun, some fellowship, community, stuff like that. That's what I would say would be a benefit. But somebody else may want to come for one particular thing, so I don't want to speak for anyone in that regard. Can you put your spouse, family members on your altar? You can put whoever you want on your altar. I would say your spouse, it'd be better if they had their own altar. What kind of work do you do for physical healing, exercise, and eating right? And I'm not trying to be funny. That's why I do. What's the best way to meditate yourself to sleep to induce dreaming? I would say dream incubation is the best way. Or not the best way. I shouldn't say that. It's a very powerful way in order to program your dream reality. Dream incubation. It's you most people fall asleep. Dream incubation, you want to transition to sleep. So you don't want to fall to sleep, you'll transition to sleep. What's your thoughts on having a dream of someone chasing you? Look at the symbolism. You're running away from something. So I would say I would bet money on it that you're running away from something in your waking life. Dreams are a carbon copy of this reality. So you have to see what is the symbolism. The symbolism is you running away from something. So how can that relate to 3D reality, earthly, or the earthly plane? It could mean that you're running away or avoiding something in your everyday life. It's a simple kind of thing. Use numerology for knowledge itself. That's the best way, in my opinion, to use numerology. I don't use numerology, astrology, or any system. Be like, oh, I'm today is a 9 day. I shouldn't do this. I don't view reality that way. I didn't want to say it when I did it, but I put out the retreat during so-called Mercury retrograde. I'm pretty certain when I put out my retreat, this retreat that I'm doing, so spiritual retreat number 4. Well, I put it out. I think it was during a Mercury retrograde. We sold out over half within 48 hours. It was damn near sold out in a few days. So what does that Mercury retrograde mean? It don't mean a goddamn thing to me. You know what I'm saying? You let that be the reason why you don't do things. I follow spirit, and when the spirit tells me to do something, that's when I did it. When I put out the retreat, the spirit been on me for the few days. Hey, it's time to put it out. It was on me for weeks, but when I shared it with people, that's when knew it was really time to put it out. Yeah, it was during. You feel what I'm saying, Kay? What was the response? What was the response? Once again, it's all about I consciously knew, and you can be like, okay, well, you didn't know Mercury was in retrograde. I kind of already knew. Once again, and I'm not saying this egoically. I didn't care. It's bigger. How can I say this, man? Most of you are subjected to things because you're reactionary. I don't view myself as a human. I don't view myself as a human. I view myself as an extension of the creator and a God in the flesh. Therefore, I don't feel victimized, and I feel like these things are out to get me, or this planet. And I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but this planet is hurting me, or all these things. And I'm not saying astrology doesn't work. It very well works. What I'm saying is I am master of the universe. Therefore, I'm master of the planets, or at least my relationship with the planet. Mercury is not punishing me. Saturn is not punishing me. I work consciously with those energies when I choose to. That's the difference between being a god in the universe and just being a human, be a subjective universe. Totally different relationship. This is a very good example. So, because I don't want to appear, I know that statement probably egoic, and I don't want to come across that way. Because everything I'm talking about, every human has the potential to do so. And there's humans already doing. I'm not the only one. But I'm gonna use this analogy. Your boss at work, I don't even like that word, but your supervisor at work, or the person that charge at work. When you go there, you might yes sir, no sir, follow directions. He can fire you or she can fire you, whatever. You are subordinate to that individual. But say that person has a friend, or say that person has a wife or a husband, or a mentor. There's somebody that's not looking at your boss the same way you're looking at them. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all follow me. Just because you view your boss as the boss doesn't mean that I'm going to view your boss as a boss, or his peers are going to view him as a boss, or his mentor, the person that's helping him, is not going to view him as a boss. They're going to view them as a regular person. That's the same thing with astrology and the planets. You're looking at Mercury, Jupiter, and all these things as your boss, as opposed to looking at it as a symbiotic relationships. I evolve, you evolve. I work with you, you work with me. Same thing with the deities. I don't look at these deities as above me. I look at these deities as an extension of me. I'm one and the same. They're no better, they're no worse. We are one and the same. I grow, they grow. They grow, I grow. Once again, if you are in a spot where that sounds weird to you and stuff, you may not be there. And I say that humbly. Kay Nichelle is my moderator admin. She's doing as I asked her to do. Every question she's putting on there, she just putting questions that people are putting on there. Yeah, follow spirit for sure. Like, yeah, they don't know about you, Kay. They don't know about. I got you though. I got you. Meaning of a statue break could be many different meanings. It could be that particular energy isn't a good fit. It could be that you're not in a certain spot. It could be an attention. It could be something else going on where you may want to upgrade. It could be a myriad of different things, but those are some of the things. So yeah, that's what it is, y'all. I can't wait to the solo. Are you coming? We got like one spot left, yo. We got like one spot left, yo. So if you want to be a part of the retreat, I would go and secure that ASAP Rocky. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, so yeah, that's about it, y'all. Went over an hour. So remember spiritualaccelerator.com if you want to work with me. L9shop.com. We have some more items. Actually got some herbal fuses I'm going to release. New talisman I'm going to release. My partners work on the chicken foot, which she already has some. So we got a bunch of new exclusive products coming as well too. Make sure to go l9shop.com, click on closeout items. Some of the more common items you can find everywhere. We're phasing out and doing more of our own stuff. We still would carry the ancestor money, still would carry certain herbs, still would carry motivite. Certain things I know a little bit more hard to find, we still would carry, but a lot of stuff now, you can find a lot of this stuff for real, at a lot of different spots. And plus, there's so many people, in the spiritual superstores and spiritual stores and stuff like that. And that's beautiful. I'm not one to knock anybody. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody needs. There's abundance. There's abundance, but we just want to focus on our own thing right now. So, yeah, appreciate you, Kay. Appreciate you immensely. And hopefully I will see you later for the Magic Group, my accelerator members in the Magic Group, and also see you on the webcast tomorrow. So until next time, y'all, peace.